Welcome, everybody. I'm gonna ask the questions, and I'll say who's the questions for and stuff, and then we'll answer. So here we go. All right. So, question for the whole cast: how does it feel to express yourselves through these characters?
Wait, no.
Who will go first?
Let's start with Infinite.
Expressing myself through Infinite is probably about the same as I voice anybody. Evil, villain, hates the world, wants to kill everybody. That's basically me in a nutshell.
Oh.
Okay, who wants to go next?
Maybe light up the mood a bit.
I will.
Let's. Okay. Go Tails.
Ooh man, Tails, he's fun to voice. It's just kind of fun to get somebody to voice somebody who's like very technical and stuff, but can be kind of not very mindful of what's going on maybe. But yeah, I've actually enjoyed playing this certain character a lot of times.
Yay! All right, Jazz, you go.
Okay. So, I really enjoy voicing Jazz because, well, unfortunately she doesn't really say much except for ciao, but that's okay because I still enjoy voicing her, and she's really bitchy, and I feel like I can relate to her on a spiritual level.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, Bots.
Well, this is my first role I've ever been in, so I'm just excited with anything I can do. But I like voicing Orbot because he feels like an evil Alfred who doesn't really care that he's evil. Like he has a little bit of tea with him wherever he goes. Kind of evil.
Awesome. Okay, Drake. Or Gerald Robotnik.
Yeah. So Robotnik has always been a fun voice to do. Even when it's not for Robotnik, just the disgruntled old man that is possibly mental is just fun to imagine and then just act out. So especially with someone like Robotnik, this evil guy that in some cases is not always evil, more so silly to begin with, is fun to voice act.
Well, if anything, I'd say it's an honor to be a part of anything Sonic related, since he was such a big part of my childhood, especially with the voice and everything, Jason Griffith, Ryan Drummond, that whole, spiel. It's always an honor to be a part of such a, wonderful character, and also to be a part of such a wonderful community. Not so, I mean, yeah, the Sonic community is great and all, but also this little group right here, it's, very nice to be part of something that's, devoted to creating something really special.
Oh, that was nice.
Honest, it's actually really fun to do because I've never voiced Amy before, but I also kind of connect to her on like a personal level. Because to be honest, when it comes to Amy, like she's kind of like the teenage as a crush, like first crush on a person. So yeah, she's really fun to voice.
Well, it's good. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad I wrote her so that you like voicing her. It's nice.
He's amazing.
Yay! Good job, guys. Okay, question for Infinite. What happened to your arms? I believe they're referring to the noodle arm pick.
Oh yeah, those ones. They are noodles, and I'm not happy about it.
That was funny. I remember that was so fun to draw too, by the way. All right, actually, this one's a question for me. Why did you decide to make Eggman die? Also, is Jazz a girl or a boy, and why do they not talk?
Why the hell did you kill me off?
That was my sister's question.
I know, I was like, I don't get the second part. It's like, because KOs don't talk. But I decided to make Eggman die because, Eggman's always been the villain in every single Sonic game, and I thought it'd be interesting to give a different villain the chance to shine, if that makes sense, without Eggman getting in the way. So that's the main reason I decided to keep Eggman out of this story. And also Jazz is a girl.
But,
So yeah.
but I'm the best villain, damn it!
Dr. Robotnik's the best villain.
Killing
That's
me
up.
off.
That's up for debate, good doctor.
I'll kill you too, I'll kill everybody. If I'm dead, I'll take one down with me. I pop
Okay.
like 5 Prilosec, I'm going insane.
All right, question for Orbot and Cubot. Have they ever tried the fusion dance from Dragon Ball Z?
Well, there was this one time that Cubot insisted that we do it, but nothing really happened. I didn't know what Dragon Ball Z is.
All right, another question for Infinite. You devious bastard, where have you been hiding?
I've been on the beach thinking of what happened with my life. Realized I lost my entire squad by the hands of me.
Aww.
Mostly just trying to figure out how to get my power back and get revenge for all those filthy rodents that I lost to.
Did you ever, when you were on the beach, did you ever see Shadow in his Hawaiian shirt?
No, I try to make sure I stay on the other side of the planet away from Shadow.
I take great offense to that.
As long as I can just be on one part of the world where Shadow's not, that's basically where I was at.
All right. Another question for Infinite.
Oh,
Since
boy.
you're edgier than Shadow now, maybe
What?
you can give me some pointers on how to be a cool villain. Also, your powers are dope.
Oh, right. I saw this question. I liked it on Twitter. Being the edgiest person around is mostly important, especially when I beat Shadow.
You gonna take that, Shadow?
Yeah, you gonna take that, Shadow?
You know what? It's already a losing argument. I'm not even gonna debate with someone with such low IQ at this point. Why bother?
Is it because he's weak?
More than weak.
Let's keep it civil, everyone.
Die, Shadow!
Anyway, to be the best villain is to have a sense of good and bad, and then choose to go with the bad.
Great. All right. So, a question for Shadow, Infinite, Tails, and Sonic. There's something that I can't figure out. Why do you boys not wear clothes? I mean, FYI, you boys are streaking. Show some dignity.
Wear clothes. I figured my gloves and shoes should be enough. I mean, I guess I could wear pants or a scarf. Oh, wait. Actually, no, I'm not going to wear a scarf.
That was good.
I came up with that on the spot, too.
Okay.
Dignity is not in my dictionary.
I'll have you know I do wear clothes. They're called shoes, gloves, and a mask. I'm covering
That's
up
true.
everything important.
If you want to be Slipknot so bad, why don't you just join them?
You're the one with the red highlights there, emo girl.
Oh, don't even bring that up.
Oh my god. What about you, Tails? Why don't
I
you
have
wear clothes?
fur. Okay. I also got my tail, you know, just in case people are like, ew. You know, just like wrap it around.
Oh, that actually sounds really cute. All right, question for Shadow. What's your daily routine when it comes to taking care of Jazz?
Yeah, what is it?
Wake up. Eat. Feed. Sleep.
All right,
Schedule.
that sounds pretty good. I mean, taking care of the bare necessities there.
What bears? There are no bears.
All right. So, question for Tails. Tails, have you figured out how Infinite is able to use his powers without the Phantom Ruby yet?
How much do you know? Is Sonic there? Okay, I gotta have to keep that a secret. I have my evil plan.
Oh no. Tails has got an evil plan. So, in short, you have figured out how it works. You just aren't gonna tell anybody.
I haven't. You know what? I'm still trying to figure out. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I'm sure you'll figure it out soon.
Yeah.
All right. Question for Shadow and Jazz. I know it might sound like a personal question, but how did you first meet Jazz?
Oh my god.
I'm supposed to remember that kind of stuff.
I remember.
Tell us, Jazz.
I was abandoned by my previous owner, and I was left outside the streets. And then Shadow came up to me, and he asked if I had a home. And I shook my head to say no, picked me up in his arms, and decided to take me home with him.
Aw,
I thought I could sell
Shadow,
her
that's
on
so
eBay.
sweet.
I thought I could sell her on eBay.
That's so mean.
I would do Craigslist, but I don't want to let people know where I live.
Or at least donate her to
If worse
Goodwill.
comes to worse, I can just, Amazon or something.
And
I
if
still
you're
need
really,
to get used to the Googles.
if you're really desperate and you have one near you, just donate it to Goodwill.
Maybe I was wrong about you, Shadow. You are evil.
Damn right, bitch.
All right. So, another question for Shadow. Do you think Amy reminds you a lot of Maria, or completely different? We don't really get to see Maria in most of the games, but in earlier games, Amy would usually be the damsel in distress, but in more recent games, and even in Sonic Boom, she's become a total badass. I quite admire her for that.
If you call Amy a badass, I question your judgment. She is the least badass person I know, sadly. Maria is more of a badass than her. Because when it comes to my toppings of choice, she lets me put hot sauce on everything, from Twinkies to milk. But when Amy comes in the room, she makes a whole big deal saying, you can't do that. You can't put hot sauce on everything. Well, fuck you, alright? I can put hot sauce anywhere I damn please.
Oh my gosh! He's going crazy. It's okay, Shadow.
Is it?
Calm down.
So wait,
So that's why Amy was asking me to hide all of the hot sauce.
You know where it is? I need my fix.
Okay, so
Comes from
here's
the
your
heart.
first Sonic question. How does it feel to be 28?
Wait, hold up. I had something written down over here. All right, here we go. Ha! Well, the average lifespan for a hedgehog is about 5 years, so I'd say I'm doing pretty good for my species. Still, I can't believe I've made it this far. Seems like yesterday Tails and I were just taking down the Death Egg and busting another one of Eggman's schemes. And now, well, guess you could say it went by pretty fast, huh? But still, I owe it to all my friends who I've made along the way for taking me this far, and hopefully, even farther. That's some good.
Yeah, that was perfect. That was really good. All right,
Cool.
so another question for Sonic. So do you miss Eggman? I mean, yeah, he was the villain and tried to kill you, but do you miss him?
Eggman. Well, if you think I like getting laser-fired and vaporized every time I left my house, then yeah, I'd miss him. But I prefer my chili dogs boiled rather than fried, thank you very much. I mean, sure, Eggman's been there for us in the past and all, but after everything with Infinite, 12 weeks in an egg-themed torture chamber would change your opinion of a guy, wouldn't it? Quite frankly, I'm happy now I can roll through Green Hill Zone and not have to worry about old Robotnik taking a wrecking ball to the place again. Even though that wrecking ball was pretty fun to jump through.
Well, I think this is your last Sonic question.
Okay.
For Sonic, what would your reaction be if Amy loved Shadow instead of you?
Amy, like Shadow? You gotta be kidding me. Well, I mean, it's not like I would be jealous or anything. I mean, we're just friends after all. But still, Edgy the Hedgy over there? Really? I mean, there's gotta be a better choice out there. I mean, not saying I'm it, of course, but maybe like, next question, please?
Okay. Whatever you say.
Oh,
All right.
cool.
Okay, so a question for Amy. First,
Boy.
Amy, are you okay? Did Infinite hurt you badly? Because I was worried about you.
I'm okay for now until, like Infinite tries to stab me or something. But, Sonic's always there to, get me out of tight squeezes if I'm not being smart about my choices of being alone. So, yeah.
Yay! Which
think I-
actually leads into your next question.
Oh boy.
For Amy, how does it feel playing as the main character whose life gets threatened all the time?
Well, first of all, I mean, it's quite dangerous being a main character after all, because, the whole life threatening thing. As a main character, you got to deal with that, because that always happens in stories and stuff. You get threatened, and you have to have problems arise. But I think I can handle it, even though Sonic says, you can't handle it. So.
All right. So, a question for the cast. How long does it usually take to make a video?
I'm the only one that can answer that.
Derp
really.
was like,
That's because Derp doesn't edit the videos, whereas I put everything together. So, it takes quite a while. It took me about a day or two to edit all the audio. I think it took me a day. But it took me the entire day to edit all the audio along with the sound effects in it. And then it took me another day to add the panels and stuff to the right audio, even though some of them were kind of out of sync a tiny bit. But
well, what about the voice acting and everything as well?
the voice acting?
Yeah, as in you yourself voice acting. How long does that usually take to record your voice acting?
Not really long, to be honest, depending on the line. Sure, I'm I can't do this. I just stumbled over my words. I can't, but most of the time I actually can voice straight through. I don't compress it into one huge big file. I just separate it as I go. So as I go by each panel, I'll separate it into a single, each line has its own file or whatever. That way I can edit more easily into the project.
Awesome. All right. Question for the whole cast. Last question. So just one question to all. What was your best moment in this comic? And everything from the ask to reading of the comic to actually voice acting, just everything. P.S. I like you all, but Shadow is the best. Start with Infinite.
All right, first off, Shadow's not the best. All right, let's just get that out the window there. Is the question, is it from the beginning of the comic all the way to the most recent, or until episode 1 is done?
It's just the whole entire process of making the dub in general, just reading through the comic the first time, or voice acting, or just anything.
I think reading the comic was great. Probably my favorite scene is between Shadow and Infinite in his house.
Mm-hmm.
Voicing that scene was very fun. I knew I was gonna get what I wanted, but I still had to convince Shadow of it. But I would probably think voicing. I mean, we don't really do group sessions on here, which I kind of wish we did because I feel like it'd be more fun.
Well, we tried to at the beginning.
We tried.
So. But not everybody could show up, so it was a little difficult.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I would say that part.
All right. Tails, you go.
Well, the Phantom Baby, if you might remember.
Oh,
yes,
no.
Sessions.
That again?
Maybe I should bring this up.
Amy did the same thing.
But anyways, it's been, but I remember we did a lot of the, just, not even sessions for practicing, but just talking together, and, I don't actually know a lot about Sonic the Hedgehog, or at least, the games and stuff, but I've come to know a lot more and more, and I really enjoyed voicing Tails a lot, and it's really nice to see the comic as it comes through, and be able to work with such great, talented people.
Aw, thank you. All right, Jazz. Wait. Actually, no, wait. It's Bots first. Bots, you go.
Oh, I was just happy to get any kind of role in the first place, but my favorite part of this is like just the people I get to work with, and well, it was a part where I got to say, well, he was killed.
Aw. All right, Jazz, you go.
Oh my god. So honestly, I've loved like this whole process. I mean, just getting a role, like voicing Jazz. I mean, even though she's such like a minor character, like honestly, I just feel so honored to voice her. And this is like the first role that I ever got in a comic dub. So just that itself is just like so like cool to me. I don't know why. But then also I really enjoy like the calls that we have. Also like some of the jokes that we have, like the slurping contest.
Oh my gosh, that was awesome.
I
love so
despise
much.
the passion.
All right.
I really enjoy our group.
Aw, thank you. We enjoy you too.
Yeah.
Drake, you're up.
It's hard to say what my favorite part was. I might just say my least favorite part first. I auditioned for all the characters in order that they appeared on the casting call, and so when I did Robotnik, you know, I thought he was still alive, and then I got to announce her, and I had to say, "Found Robotnik." Oh shit. No, but the group here is really great. When I did join the voice channel once, usually because of my busy schedule, when I did join it, it was really positive, really great. So yeah, just the group is overly positive. I like that a lot.
I agree.
Aw, thank you.
I'd say the best part of this comic was, I think, the second episode with the argument with Shadow and Sonic. I'm not sure if it's when they're at the front door with each other or when they're inside on the couch. I haven't voiced the part where Sonic fights Infinite yet, but I know I really like that interaction the two of them had. You know, I got to shout and stuff in my Sonic voice, and you know, put some emotion in there that I don't usually get to do. So yeah, it was pretty nice, and it's well drawn too.
Oh,
so
thank
that
you.
always helps.
Let's see. What's my favorite moment since this project? Voicing's pretty fun, but I really think the calls with the entire cast is pretty fun because, you know, like a lot of us have similar humor, and other times, you know, like it's just like, oh, silence because we don't know what we're doing. So
Yeah, that's also one of my favorite parts, like the community within the cast. I think it's pretty fun.
yeah. My favorite moment out of like all the calls though is when we replaced Ruby with Baby. So
Oh, that was funny.
So whenever they're like the line of like Phantom Ruby came up, or like the Ruby or whatever, we said Baby, or like the child, whatever. So like it made it worse when it came to like Infinite saying, you know, like, I've been infused with the power of the Phantom Ruby. When it's like, I've been infused with the power of the baby.
Just hand over the baby and we'll let you go.
Just hand over the baby. Yeah, just hand over the baby, you know, and nobody gets hurt. Oh, that had to be the best moment, because like everyone was like, "What are you doing?"
It was
like,
good.
You know, we heard Z's child crying in the background, so we're like, "Oh, baby." So, yeah, so we're like, "Yeah, there's the Phantom baby."
Well, that's all the questions, guys. Good job.
No questions for me?
I have a question for Robotnik.
Of course.
So, was it your master plan to piss on the moon?
Oh,
Oh no.
Listen here, you do not know anything about my plans. Do we make this clear? I'm not saying anything about my future plans. Even if I'm a ghost, they are active, they are protruding, they are still possible. And till I can no longer be remembered in history. But if you must know, I will give a hint. It is not to piss on the moon, no. It is far worse. Far, far worse. I will come on the moon.
No. Good answer. Good answer.
Oh my god. I'm dead.
That was a great conclusion.
Look, that's some of
Well done,
Master's
everyone.
ectoplasm on the moon.
That was like the best possible way to end this.
I had to think. I was like, what's possibly worse than pissing on the moon? Coming on.
Coming out